Welcome. First time trying this YouTube streaming. I don't know if you can hear me. I guess I'll try to go and see the stream. Live on my phone. Let's see. Or you can tell me if let's see. Let's see. Okay, there's sound. Let's see. Okay. So welcome. I'll try to start with I already have this project. You can see my notes. So I'll start with I already created a new project, and I already switched to WebGL. So just so we will be able to see if everything works, I'll add the XR device simulator and I'll instantiate the device simulator also on runtime because we will want to check it there. And now let's save the scene. I guess we want to, I don't like that, low resolution. I guess we want to test it. So we also want the multiplayer play mode. Install. Okay. As Unity takes lots of time to compile and build and reload some resources. On those times, you are all welcome to ask questions. If it's about this specific stream, like via the VR multiplayer template with web and with WebXR, or you can ask general questions about WebXR or about WebXR Export. Okay, so I have let's see what so I enabled the XRX simulator and enabled the multiplayer play mode. Let's see, we want to multiplayer play mode. We want to add player 2. This will open another instance of the editor game window and allows me to test the multiplayer in the editor without building. Okay, let's see. So I have this window here. Lots of errors from the start. Nothing important, I think. So let's try and play. Okay, I can jump here. Can go a little to the back. Confirm. Let's open a room. And done. And jump into the room. Okay. Now we can do this with another player. Confirm. We see a room there. Compiling shaders. Okay. And we have two players. Yeah. Okay. So you can see I'm moving. And this is the VR multiplayer template. Works as it should in the editor. Still with no changes. So we have a base project. Great. I can stop this. Now let's see what we have in the list. No, I won't build. Oh, yeah, I need to build. Let's start. Let's try and build for web. Before we are building to web, let's open the player settings. I want to make sure this is to make the size, and we want it to run in background, and we also want to disable the compression format when building, because it will take more time when Unity needs to compress it. I also want in the input system setting, I want the background behavior to ignore focus. Okay, so I think that for now we are ready to try and build. It won't work. Let's build and then we will see what we need to change. Okay, so it's building. We have some time. I see there are a few of you in the chat. So hi, how are you? Yeah, we can take our time. I had like a few issues running it on the web. Also some. Oh, seems like Unity already had its issues. Let's see what they were. We have here like WebSocket sharp and WebSocket sharp. Okay, let's open code and see. Yes, I trust. I don't want to sign in. My image is too large. I'm tiny. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so oh, it's still loading. Still loading. Working with Unity, lots of loading. Okay, it's loaded, and let's see what went wrong. It didn't like the WebSocket sharp, so let's disable it and see. Okay, so WebSocket sharp has like extension for string of is null or empty, so instead use string is null or empty. That's one file. And on player slot as well. Oh, hey Ben. Thanks. Okay, so. Oh, okay. Thanks. Finally, I don't feel alone in this streaming. Thanks, Ben. And again, WebSocket sharp. This time, if not null or empty, string is null or empty. Great. And now we can try to build again, and again we will have some errors. So let's try this. File, build. Have you already used WebXR Export? Okay, now the microphone. For microphone, there are some solutions of external plugins that enable microphone on web, but I think it's out of the scope of this stream because we want to focus on web, on multiplayer on web and adding later WebXR. So we'll just ignore the microphone, and every place in this code where we have microphone, we'll just disable and here we see that if microphone is smaller than 0, is lower than 0, so we want here to have value like -1. Okay, we have it. And let's try it again. Let's see that we don't have like errors. While running. Okay. Audio clip. Event triggers. Okay. This we have, I guess, a warning. No, we don't have a warning about it. But there are hover. Okay. Show in Explorer. we have here an issue where the hover sound that comes from with the templates and samples of some of the VR and XR stuff don't work on web. So we will just duplicate it. We have hover sound and we have this button 14 on delete, and this will be the new hover. And show in Explorer. Again, copy this hover sound. Delete. And let's have this button hover. And now we shouldn't have any issues. Okay, we don't have issues, I think. Let's see. And we are hovering and we don't have errors. Great. Okay. So this one works. Now we have another thing that I just want to end with quickly. This is in the XRI network game manager. They have like the voice chat manager and it's using Vivox or whatever it's called. And we need to disable Vivox because it doesn't support web. It won't, I don't think that it will have like errors when you're building, but you'll get errors when running the site. So let's go to the content and we want to remove it here. No, let's remove it in the scene. Remove component and save the scene. Now we will have errors in the editor. Errors everywhere. Okay, we see error in the offline menu. Error in the player options. So we have this voice chat manager. Let's look for it in the code, disable it. disable it. Disable it. Great. And nation. Disable. 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 And I think we disabled all. Let's make sure. Okay. Here as well. Great. We can pause. How are you doing there in the stream? Let's play. And I think that once this one is working, we can compile. But maybe we will want to do something with the videos. Let's see. Let's fill, create. Okay. And this. We still have errors. Setup local player also has voice chat. Okay, go to and disable I think we can disable this. Let's disable only this and disable this. Disable both. Let's ignore all this. And ignore this. Okay. It would be nice if Unity we'll add support for voice chat in web as well. We can use external solutions or write our own solution using WebRTC, not the scope of this stream. Again, let's play. Oh. Loading domains. Confirm. Quick join. Okay, we are here and we don't have any errors. Great. Okay, it's nice when we don't have errors. So now we can try to use videos from streaming assets, because videos, MP4 files, using reference in the videos don't work. We need to use, let's see, type video player. Okay, and let's see if we already have like streaming assets. Let's create folder named streaming assets. Create folder streaming assets. And I guess we can just move those to streaming assets. You know what? Let's just put them on streaming assets. I'm not sure if work. Video. And this one onboarding video. Let's also move it to, oh, now I don't remember. Oh well. URL, let's put here like streaming assets on boarding video on MP4. That should do the trick. Video play. This one is for climbing. So with streaming assets dot mp4. I have no idea if it will actually work. I first time trying it, and this is for the slingshot. And yeah, this is the mp4 and streaming assets. And here as well, this is the Waka Pig. Streaming assets. mp4. Yeah, let's save. And let's see if it works. I guess it won't, but I won't bother to fix it if it won't. I want to get to the nice part. It's almost an hour and we still didn't build it for web. It will take time to build it for web. Okay. It wants like this. Okay. So this is rather like a quick fix. We can copy it here as well. If I had more time, I could use like mkdir, which is like a symlink. Mkdir Windows. Wait, change to English. Okay, so mkdir, like you can reference a folder from another folder and it acts like it's part of the hierarchy in the file system. And let's try it again. Oh, I want like to use URL. Browse also let me to use like in URLs. Okay. So it works now. Apart from like Unity rendering shaders and stuff, but okay. Great. So finally we can build, but let's try what you wrote, Ben. If I do in browse, no, it still like wants to browse, and I want like a relative URL, because once I build, it won't have the same like path as my file system. So I use like relative URLs, and Unity, when you play in the editor, it looks the relative URL is relative relative to the project and not relative to the assets folder where the streaming assets are. Okay, file, build profiles. Let's look at the player settings. I think we already done that, but okay, we have like the defaults and it's running background. and publish settings, it's disabled, and let's build. It will take long time. We have something here? No. Okay, so build. I already have like this one. So have you already tried like WebXR Export? Have you done something with it? And was it easy to use? Had any issues? Some features missing? Something you want to add? Something you want to fix? Oh, okay. So you are already familiar with multiplayer more than I. Did it work well? Okay, okay. Uh, like I was the FPS, like on which devices it actually managed to run, because this project now will work only like on desktop VR. I'll use the Quest link. Which reminds me, I'm not sure. Flags. Okay, so I have your WebXR and input enabled. So we will. The project that I'm working on right now in this stream, it's like not optimized for web. It's like using, you know, lots of heavy shaders, and when I tested it before the stream, it had like more than 200 draw calls. So it's pretty heavy. Like technically it can run, but it will be like very low FPS. Maybe for another stream we can think like of a stream where we optimized an existing project. I guess you had already all those struggles with your project. Did you use the URP or the built-in render pipeline? Really? And it runs like on standalone your project? Oh, great. Okay. I guess I want to learn from you how you optimized it. Like I'll be happy if you can reach me on Discord. Uh, mm-hmm. I see. Yeah. Uh, yeah. It's kind of double the work. But I guess yeah. Sometimes those are the solutions. Oh, it takes its time. Finally, got to Wasm. Which version of Unity are you using? Yeah, I guess that before the stream I should have made. Oh, but if I did it before the stream, we will miss the part where I fix some errors. Yeah, Unity 6 feels like longer, much longer. Also, when switching between build profiles, it closes the editor and reopen it, which takes even longer. Like sometimes I feel like that most of your work as a Unity developer is waiting for build times and compile shaders and re-import files. Like I really like how the editor works, how the component works. They simplified lots of stuff, uh, but loading times, um, yeah. When when I worked on WebXR Export on like the interop stuff, like the stuff between C# and JavaScript, whenever like I had changes on the JavaScript, uh, instead of like changing the JavaScript in the Unity project, I went to the build and edited the source files there and tested it there instead of recompile all the project each time. Uh, like web developers, when they are using engines that made for web, they have like great life because they just save a file and the browser refresh itself and they have the new version. And for Unity devs, I guess it's like magic. There's also like needle tools with Unity. Uh, if you want to do also web stuff from Unity. Needle Tools has like great tools. Oh, it's 10 minutes of compiling. Oh no. Web GPU enabled in this. No, no, no. Okay. I didn't enable. I don't think that Web GPU is enabled by default, and I didn't enable it there. But it's a good question. But anyway, there's still no Web GPU support for WebXR. We can actually look a little out WebXR Web GPU, because there is some progress. Oh yeah, so it's not. I didn't enable the Web GPU. So there is like a work in progress on WebXR with Web GPU, and you have like samples on how it will work. Yeah. So once, I guess Chrome will be the first to implement it, and once it's implemented on Chrome, and once it's implemented in Chrome for Android, I guess the team at Meta will add it to their own browser. I think both the teams of the Meta Quest browser and the Pico browser, they invest a lot in WebXR. Someone, yeah, performance is an issue. Unity is not an engine that's made for the web, and while I did implement the XR SDK, there are stuff that how do I say it, that native platforms, like if you build a native for Quest, or native for Pico, or native for desktop, the Unity XR SDK lets you Unity stereo instant. Okay, so so Unity XR and like the documentation. Okay. Now I want like this is the whatever. Okay, you see here like they can select the render mode, and it's part of it. It's need to be implemented in the editor. Part of it needs to be implemented in the plugin, like in the WebXR API. Yeah, like in the WebXR Export plugin, and I can only use like the basic option uh, of multipass, not multi-view. Multipass, which is like render one view and then render another view. What single pass instance that you do is like for both the views, render layer after layer after layer in both, and then like instead of 200 draw calls, we'll have like only 100 draw calls. But for it, I need Unity to allow it for web. Like they enabled the XR SDK for web, but not all the features. I started to work like on a repository to test it, like for the display submodule. So one thing that can be done, like the built-in render pipeline in web doesn't support GPU instancing. URP does support GPU instancing. I noticed, at least for me, the built-in render pipeline had like better performance on some cases. So in some cases, what you can do, I don't think that I have like a screenshot of it. Oh fuck. I don't think. Let's see. We have here like packages. No, not in main project. We want to go to packages and then WebXR runtime XR plugin, and in the WebXR settings, it's like the setting window in the project settings. You have here like the disable XR display subsystem, and then like if if you want to use the built-in render pipeline, you can disable it, so change it from false to true. You need to use like another rig. So for each his own, like, you know, it depends on what you do in rendering in your project. This is one direction. In like in this game, so this game I hope it won't like. Okay. So in this game, this one is in built-in render pipeline, and it works well, like on standalone as well, but uh, but you know, it's very simple game. It's not something like I don't know, like something with multiplayer, with lots of objects and with lots of users, and so each game has its own like optimizations. If like if like I usually won't recommend WebXR Export for commercial use. Like the use cases I see for it are more like educationals for students. If you want like to make some mock-ups or game jams because you're already familiar with Unity and you want to make it fast. For commercial use cases, it's like if you already have a Unity project and you're already very familiar with Unity and optimizations and all this headache, okay, try WebXR Export and go for it. But if you want like commercial use case, commercial project on the web, and you start from nothing, try different engines, game engines, or rendering engines that made for the web. Even something like I already mentioned, like needle tools. Okay, it finished. Loading. I wanted to show you the settings, like in the WebXR. Oh, I didn't add the WebXR. Okay, we have like build. We have like the streaming assets here. So let's CMD. I'm using HTTP server, Node.js HTTP server to test it locally. So I have here the certs, and once I do HTTP server it will open a server, and I have like port forwarding on my network. So if I do like that, okay, so we have it here, and like if I'm going to the editor, let's play mode. We don't want this. Okay, let's play. Server serve Z. Interesting. Didn't herald off. Let's look for it. Serve Z. I guess it's this one. Oh, looks nice. Oh, nice. Okay. HTTPS, it's usually the issue. I'm using npm http. So this is what I'm using. Okay. Here we can create a room, then play. Okay, we are here, and let's see what happens here. Let's try to connect. We won't be able. Why we won't be able to connect? QR also comes, so you can scan and load in mobile. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So we need to use like WebSockets. Yeah, yeah. I like WebXR. WebXR really has like great ways to use. So finally, we go. We made it to part that I think is more interesting. We want a lobby manager. We want to use WebSockets. Okay, and the issue that I had like an issue using WebSockets in Unity with the new netcode API. So you can look on this thread of the VR multiplayer. So basically, we will get there. Like there's relay server data, and we need to use WebSockets on the transport. So if we look for set host relay data here, you see that it's called like transport set relay data with data that they got from the relay server, Unity relay server. What I tried to do was getting over like if you go to set host relay, we can close it, close it, close it, close it. You see that it calls to set relay server data, and it creates new relay server data with the data we gave it. But when I tried to do this, like override those and creating relay server in with that constructor, it failed. So I read more, notice warning in one of the docs, and I came into this conclusion. So let's just copy this and go to lobby manager. See, they have like set client relay data and set host relay data. So yeah, if we will like relay server data. No. Let me. Yeah. Okay. And joint allocation. Okay, great. So now I can disable it. Into mirror, it has web support. Give it's autocomplete feature. You can also question. I need to learn how to use AI in code. Like all times that I try to use AI in code, it gaslighted me. On simple places, like if the API is known API, it really helps because people already put some sample code in GitHub and in Stack Overflow and in Google, and it went over the APIs and it knows what it's doing. But when it's like a new API with no lots of samples, um, in my experience, I mostly got gaslit and didn't get the solution I want. But I'll give a chance to Cursor AI later. I'll write for me to use Cursor AI. Let's write it Cursor AI. Okay, so we have it. We have the set client, and let's give it alloc, and same for host. Alloc. I think like if the message was more simpler, or if the API was simpler, it won't take me so long to figure out those two small yeah, changes. Okay, so let's try it. Lobby manager, I got error. Ah, okay, 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 yeah. It has like an issue. It wants like uh, no, 1 minute. Let's go. Okay. It's Unity networking transport. Apply. I think first we want to test it like in the editor. We want to see that we want to see that it actually runs using WebSocket. So let's have this. Regarding mirror, I know mirror. I don't have much experience with multiplayer. I wanted to do this stream because I guess it's like a template that lots of Unity devs will use this template and will try, to run it on web, and they might want to try it with WebXR Export. So I don't have like time to create and edit a short video that show do 1, 2, 3. This is why I'm doing the streaming. Uh, while the stream is long, it takes me less time to do it like on stream live and show the process of how I work, instead of making like a a video of 5 or 10 minutes. So okay, let's put it here again. Let's play. confirm, create. Okay, so we are in the editor and we have player 2 as well. Okay, let's confirm. Done. Okay. Something went wrong. Okay. No. Oh, I know why. I know why. Okay. Here in the network manager multiplayer, we need to allow remote connections. So if I go to select, let's do it by default. Let's save project. Good thing we catched it in the editor and not waited like 5 minutes for the WebGL build to go. Yeah, the advantage of Unity is the playing in the editor. If we talked about the build times. Okay. Okay, we can see the room. Then no, why is that? What went wrong? What went wrong with my life? I know what. No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what went wrong. Let's like create a tag. Let's call it like player 2. Save. Like if I'm doing it like that. Okay. Player 2. That's annoying. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So okay, so we have it in the editor. We just needed to configure some stuff for the multiplayer to work. Hallelujah. We can stop it now. We can close the player too. And we can build. We can build. Build profiles. Let's build. And all this time, like the 1 hour and a half that we spent here so far, is only to get the basic VR multiplayer template to run in web without WebXR yet. Like, it's not much work, but the waiting time between each and every test and try and it feels like Unity 6 is much slower than older versions of Unity. I'm not sure why. I guess it can be optimized. At least the incremental build, I think now it will be faster. We see now that it's already in the IL to CP stage. Okay, okay, not bad, not so bad. Any questions in the meantime? things to learn in the next stream. It would be like to think what can be done when we have all those like compiling breaks. Let's update this. Oh, it's not with my user here. So I'll update. No. For local tests as well. If using the multiplayer play mode. Use it. Thank you. Well, still compiling, and it's the second like It's the second build. Why it takes so long? Like in previous Unity versions, a change like this took at best 5 minutes. At best. Like even if it's a code change, even if we added a reference to the assembly, it shouldn't take so long. Oh, okay, it works. Let's test it. Test. Let's look in Unity. We want to the server is still need to be like on a native build, like the editor or the desktop build or dedicated server, just because how like web works. Confirm. Done. Okay, and let's go confirm, and we have room. Yeah, okay, we are connected. We can see like both the editor and the okay, so if we are moving here, you can see we have the creator, and if we are moving here, we have another creator. Oh, the effects also works in WebGL. This is nice. Okay, so it's time to actually add WebXR support. Let's see how it goes. Let's go this. Let's go to Nice. Okay. We have usual WebXR Export. Let's add it to using OpenUPM assets. רוצים project settings, אנחנו רוצים package manager, when we can see pre-release, it's not related, OpenUPM, we have the URL of OpenUPM, and we have the scope. So now we will be able to see the packages of WebXR Export in the package manager, my registries, and we already have it here. Let's install. And install. And while we are here, let's use okay, we want to samples, like, and the VR multiplayer template is using URP, as we will go with the XR interaction toolkit sample. We want it mainly for reference. Okay, let's first window WebXR, copy WebXR templates. Let's go to project settings. First, now that we have like the XR, WebXR, we don't need the simulator in the runtime, and I'm going to connect my headset, so I don't want it to initialize in the editor. But if you want to test things in the editor with the headset, you will want to stay to keep the initialize XR on startup on the desktop. Okay, so we have this, and let's see if we want to change something. We have like local floor and tracking. Okay, everything is set in the WebXR settings, nothing to change here. Player, we want to have like what happened? Should have like WebXR, copy WebGL plates, continue. Okay. So I want to use the WebXR 2020 template. It's like 2020 and up, but the name was long enough. Legacy reasons. Okay, so 600, 400, run in background. Other settings, let's make sure that we only have WebGL2. Nothing else to add. Great. Save project. Now let's see. In the samples, we have XR interaction toolkit. We have scenes, and let's like open scene additive, and then we can compare. We can see here in the rigs, we have input action manager, XR, event system. Okay, so we want to add the WebXR input actions. Here, let's do like, let's edit the prefab itself. Okay, so we open the instance. Discard changes. Select. Okay. We saw that in the WebXR settings, we had like we had flow. We used like flow for the tracking mode. We can do device instead of flow, but let's do flow. It means that we need to change the offset and update the position of the camera. We want to add the legacy track pose driver because they have like a bug. Not like they have a bug for a year now. If you want to vote, when going to play mode and you are not in XR mode, it's position the transform in 0 instead of like keeping it where it should be. So I'm using the old track pose driver in web. In the editor, you want to re-enable the track pose driver, and we can do like, okay, let's save this thing, and let's see what else we want to add. Touchpad, no, we want to have like WebXR input We've been there before. Input system. All input. Yeah, okay. So we use the input action, we set it to floor, we add the track pose driver to the camera. This is not enough yet. We still want to compare some stuff. We want to go to the camera here, the main camera, and we want to copy this component and select, open, and past component as new, in camera. Let's copy the culling mask from here, paste, paste, paste. Great. I think that now we are ready to compile. Discard changes and remove scene. Now we should have WebXR support when building to web. Like almost. We will have an issue. We will have an issue. But let's handle it after another compile. Here in the resources we have like the pipeline asset. You know what? It took long enough. Let's compare those WebXR. And add tab inspector. Okay, let's look at project settings, graphics, and URP performance. Okay, so we have both SRP quality. The anti-aliasing will do some issues when entering VR mode. Need to solve this issue, but yeah, and we don't want shadows because it's heavy. We don't want shadows. Let's disable this for now. Shadows. And oh, okay. Let's look. Okay, forward, after opaque, after transparent, it's okay, we want VR, we don't want mixed reality, so it's okay if we don't use transparent. We don't have post-processing, which is okay. So I think we are ready. Yeah, I saw the after transparent. I think it will work fine because we don't do like mixed reality in this build. So it's okay if we use like after opaque. We won't have those issues. I think we can close tab. I think we can release it, and I think we can build, and everything will be fine. Build profiles. Let's build. One of the things that I wanted to show in this stream was Babylon. They have like Spectator.js, so we can actually use it to see the rendering. Like each frame, like it's like the Unity frame debugger with more power, and to figure out why things didn't work with Unity 6 with URP, I had to use it. Let's hope it's much faster now. we added the WebXR Export, so yeah, it will take some time again. A few moments later. Let's enable the emulator. This tool, Ben, have you used it? Details. Copy. This one, it's nice. I use it a lot. It's like having in the browser, like you can set all the details of the headset. It's like you have a connected headset in your browser. I use it all the time. Like if when I want to test the experience in VR, so yeah, use the headset. But when you just want to check if like a manual thing was fixed, you have like a change instead of like putting the headset, removing the headset. It's like, yeah, really useful. You even can like emulate hands, and it emulates the different controllers of the MetaQuest. So you can see like models of the touch controllers. Let's see what other nice tools can we show here. Something that I forgot to mention, uh, color space. So apparently, in some versions of Unity, when you use gamma color space with the XR display, you have some issues. In Unity 6, when you use when you use linear space, you have some issues in older version of Unity with the XR display enabled. In Unity 6, if you want to use the XR display subsystem, you need to use linear color space, which is the default. But but like there's a warning that you should use gamma space. I guess I need to update the warning and have like a lengthier explanation, because there are so many versions of Unity and each version has its own like has its own issues. Yeah, gamma is preferred for performance. Sounds reasonable. Uh, Linear gives I don't know if better looks, but it's more consistent as far as I know. I'm not I'm not tech artist, so I'm not uh, I not fully understand the details beyond those two modes. I see, more natural. Okay. Well, while it's compiling, I can show you. Let's go with this demo. Like you see that I have the VR enable here. If I'm doing like more tools, and I have the WebXR, and then can set it to stereo, and you see that I can move it and I can click and stuff. And another thing that I wanted to show is the Spectator.js. Allow pasting. Thank you. Okay, now if I'll capture it, okay, so it's like the frame debugger, but you have more details, and you can see here like stage by stage how they like render each of the frame. You can look at the source of the shader of this specific frame, and you can like command and you have like details. So you can see here that there were like 244 draws. So yeah, not so much performant. Yeah, we can close this. Well, note to self. What is an Excel? Oh. I try to go for between 70 to 100. But it's different, you know, from headset to headset. Like I tried to optimize for Quest 1 in the past. Now like Quest 2 and then Quest 3 has much more power. Like let's look like on a well optimized game. Okay, we have this game. Like a well optimized Unity game. Okay, if you will look on okay, VR. Okay, so I have WebXR and we have this. This is only the menu. Okay, let's look. Commands 471, information, we have like 36 draw calls here. Let's close it. Let's like let's look like on a game and do a capture. Again. Oh, it finished building. But let's look. Information 32. So this is like a well optimized game. It's a game that was like made for the Gear VR in the past. So yeah, it has lots of like uh, objects and stuff like that, but the whole like same textures, no real-time shadows, etc., etc. Okay, we have the build. So let's look at test. Developer tools. We want the WebXR. Oh, I forgot. But I think this will be fast. Okay, this will be fast. I needed to in the XR management, I needed to initialize and enable. Yeah, okay. File, save project, build. No, Gamma won't work with Unity 6. It will have like with the XR display subsystem. It will show only one eye. It's like, you know, Unity bug. um, yeah. If you are using Unity 6 and you want to use URP and the XR display subsystem, use linear. If you want to use Gamma, look at the built-in render pipeline rig and disable the XR display subsystem. I'll show you in the editor. Okay. For the XR display subsystem יש לך you have like camera WebXR camera settings, and for WebXR camera settings works with the XR display subsystem, and WebXR camera works with when it's disabled. It like uses a list of cameras to render the views instead of like just one camera that is like controlled from the XR SDK. So if you want to use Gamma, you'll have to disable and use it. Okay, it finished fast. Now we will have like, okay, we have VR. Let's enter VR. Okay. I have to say I like more the Unity simulator than this, because like this is more precise, you can say. But yeah, no. Oh, oh, I did a mistake. I did a mistake here. Let's go to Unity. We want to open the room here in Unity. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, I need to enable this here and disable this, and then I can run it in the editor. Yeah. Yeah, and now we are on the ground because the bug of tracked pose driver, and okay. And let's go to the web and go to VR. Let's join. Okay, we can do like this, and this, and we have VR. Yeah! Woohoo! We have WebXR enabled after 2 hours. uh, okay, I can use the link now. Okay, we have the controllers, and let's see. Oh, we also have like hands. Nice, works out of the box. Okay, so I'll test it now with like the quest link. Let's close this, and disable this. Refresh, and now if we can, I can tell you that I have like drops with the standalone, but yet again I'm using it in Unity as well. Like both the editor is open and the web is open, and I'm using like streaming, OBS, so and I'm on a laptop with RTX 2070, like it's a laptop from 4 years ago. So maybe standalone can work as well. I can test it. I wanted to show some other cool stuff as well. Continue. Okay. Okay. But I think this stream is long enough because I wanted to add like spectator mode, and I wanted to add let's see, I wanted to add spectator mode. Oh, I enter a link already. So if I'm doing refresh, let's meta REST developer hub. Manager. I want to show quest mirror. Wait a sec. No. No. Okay. No. Quest mirror. Okay. Yes, okay. So now I can go to VR, allow. Okay, so you can see what I see. Okay, what happened here? Hmm. Okay. Join. Connected. Yeah. Okay. Yes, and now we can uh, go to here, go to what we see in the headset from and it works, and like we can do this. I can switch to hands. Okay, but not much to control with hands, so I still want the different stuff. I can enter stuff here. I can grab. And I can join games. Yeah, okay, so I think that's it. I wanted to show right. Oculus Mirror is part of the Oculus desktop. It's like exe file. It comes as part of its tools. I wanted to show if we have in the sample, if we look at the sample, we have Spectator camera, and this one, like if we go to the site and let's look at the samples, you have here enable, like if I'll go now to VR, okay, you see the image here is stuck, or sometimes it's black. But if I'll return from VR and I'll enable Spectator camera, you can see you can have like a spectator view. So I wanted to implement in this demo as well, but you know, time, I think this stream is long enough. And another thing we have, it's if I'll have let's see, display settings. If we have, I'll change this, my background green. Okay, and now let's see if I can use camera here. No, it won't let me. Let's see. OBS. Okay, I think that because of OBS, it won't let me to read the camera. But yeah, I could use like I can do mixed reality capture, and this is like a feature that is nice. Yeah, here as well. Good night. I'll finish the stream. thank you. Well, and stream.